name is Suzanne Slade, and I'm a children's book author. I thought today you might like to meet my adorable dog, Corduroy. Now, one of the books I've written is The Inventor's Secret, which is the story of two inventors, Thomas Edison and Henry Ford, and one interesting secret they share. Now, I've always loved science, and in college I studied mechanical engineering. After graduation, I worked on cars and rockets and other cool stuff. And later, as an author, when I got the idea to write this story, like these two inventors, I had to keep at it because, would you believe it took over 5 years to create this book? So here's the story of how Inventor's Secret was created. The first step in creating this book was, of course, the idea. I got the idea one day while reading about Thomas Edison and Henry Ford's wonderful friendship. And then it was on to the second step, research. I started by reading books about Thomas and Henry. Then I studied Henry's car, Thomas's inventions, and the patents Thomas created for his inventions. But during my research, I found some puzzling mysteries, such as when did Henry and Thomas first meet? So I had to become a detective. In this book, My Life and Work, written by Henry Ford, Ford says the two first met in Atlantic City in 1887. But in this book, My Friend Mr. Edison, also written by Ford and his buddy Sam, it said they met in New York City in 1896. So I questioned a few experts who helped me figure out that first meeting was in New York in 1896. Another mystery I had to solve was, when did Thomas Edison invent his light bulb? At first I thought this would be easy to find. I just checked the date on his light bulb patent, but then I discovered Edison had another patent for the light bulb, and another, and another, and many more. In fact, Edison had 424 patents on light bulbs and lighting. So I talked with an Edison expert, Dr. Louis Carlotte, who explained the patent issued in 1880 was Edison's real breakthrough on his bulb design. And then it was finally on to step 3, writing. After writing that first story draft, it was time to begin step 4, editing, where authors make changes to improve their story. First, I took the story to writer friends in my critique groups, who gave me ideas to make more edits. After a few months of editing, I decided it was time to send the story to the people who make books, the publishers. Before long, they sent me letters, rejection letters. No one wanted to publish this story. But like Thomas and Henry, I decided to keep at it. I made more edits, sent the story to more publishers, and received more rejection letters. But I kept at it, edited the story again, and this time I got a different letter back, a book contract. Hooray! My story was finally going to be published. Then I began working with a very smart book editor named Alyssa, who suggested more edits, which led to more research and a trip to the Edison and Ford Winter Estates Museum with my trusty research assistants, my mom, dad, and sister. At the museum, I studied Edison's early light bulbs, Ford's first cars, tools and patents, and even chatted with Henry and Thomas. Then it was time for step 6, the illustrations. The publisher hired an extremely talented illustrator, Jennifer Black Reinhardt, to create the pictures for the story. First, she made sketches of Henry Ford and Thomas Edison. Then she did some research of her own. She visited Edison's lab so she could accurately show what it looked like. She studied Ford's tools, so each tool in the book was exactly right. For each illustration, Jennifer started with sketches, then created her fantastic final art. Since I'd worked on cars when I was an engineer, I made a drawing of a car's four-stroke cylinder, which she used to help make her illustration. Jennifer made copies of Edison's actual patents, cut them out, and put them into the book's incredible last illustration. She also spent a lot of time designing the book's wonderful cover. And after all that work, the book finally zoomed off to the printer, and after 5 long years, The Inventor's Secret was finished, ready to be enjoyed by readers everywhere. You can find The Inventor's Secret in libraries across the country, like this little free library in Walnut, California, or at the public library in Normal, Illinois, where they put up a display showing how the book was made. So remember, when you're trying something new, or it's harder than you thought it would be, just keep at it. I'm glad I did when I wrote this book, which has also been released in Korean so more children can enjoy it. And special thanks to Illinois Reads and Ag in the Classroom for supporting The Inventor's Secret.